Yo, so hopping straight into the video, this is the clip I wanted to add it where I was talking about we and the wind element and why he can be so useful with his CC. So there's his first attack. And then when he got below 50%, he went on his rooted CC the other two in the background. So his first skill, which is his raise skill, had enough accuracy to root the first target. And then when he got below 50%, he rooted the last two targets on the back line. That root lasted for 2 rounds, bro. It was a powerful root. We should rewind that part and watch it again. So when I talk about again, I talk about him because of that CC. And even if he did land the first root, the fact that he went below 50% health means he still had a chance to root all three. That's what I mean, man. Let's get into the video. Yo, what's good, gamers? You already know who it is, and if you don't, then you should. It's your favorite fucking Demigod. And today, we on the giveaway account, but I'm only here because we finally. It's the moment that y'all been waiting for. Y'all kept on asking me, and I said no, but y'all keep on making all these mistakes. So we finna jump into it. But first, because y'all know that it's the treasure event, clear my throat. So I went ahead and bought the 4,000 chests. And I'm going to try to grind. To get the 8,000 chests. I'm not that far away. But if I got to choose between the two, I'm going with the 4,000. And the reason why is because superior orbs are the most important thing in the game. The 8,000 chests, yes, it offers a lot. And I'm even sad that if I don't make it, I'm going to lose out on the event coupon. However, I gotta play a patient game when it comes to the event coupon as a free-to-play player. It costs $160 to get the hero that I want. And that's a long time to be waiting. So since we're rushing for 30 days and we're trying to make quick progress, I need those superior orbs. And those superior orbs is what I need to make the progress that I need to boom up in 30 days. So I'm almost at 6,000 gems. What I'm doing is I'm coming over here and I'm gem hunting. I am gem hunting. 200 4-star heroes, attain 775 5-star, and I just go down it. I just go down 30 chapter 100 floor. Hidden normal, I'm gonna get that today. The hidden normal ISOs. Clear chapter 4 sanctuary, possibly 50 battles in arena. I'm close to that one. 3v3s. I gotta get started on that this weekend. I gotta remember the 3v3s. We can start on that this weekend. The friendship summits, if I ever can get those. The 5-star strong. I'm just gonna gym hunt. But that ain't what this video about. So let's jump into this goddamn tier list. That's not what I tried to click on. So first, y'all see how your boy coming. So before I get to the tier list, just look at what I'm at, man. I have not summoned a Shade. I haven't. I have not summoned a Bahiko. When it comes to LD heroes, you don't see no Catahil. You don't see them. When it come to dark heroes, you don't see no Mastermas. You know the only Nat 5 dark hero that I have is Felix. And we not rocking with him. So let me just point out that the RG factor does play a huge role in my decision when it comes to these tier lists. But the tier list doesn't change the ranking of the heroes. Like I said, Catahil is the most OP hero. Let's go to him. Let's just go to him so we can talk about him. So if you can get this hero, the top hero in the game, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because we're gonna break it down by elements. What makes him so deadly is that his arch angle of destruction skill maxed out extra 400% damage and around target all enemies. So if you get up splash damage, if you get up AoE, if you late game with this hero and he maxed out, you are damn near killing shit on round 1. If they're not dying on round 1. Because they may die on round 1. Like I said, there are people who are quitting in server 1 because of the damage that Katia was doing. They couldn't stop him. We have no counter for this hero as of right now in data patch. We don't. The only thing I can think of is that to try to silence him first. Because if you freeze him, CC and things like that, it doesn't stop the skill from going off. So the only thing I can think of is silence. But even then, I have seen some skills go off while silence. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the proc skills. Maybe you cannot silence the proc skills. That's something we're still testing. But this hero is the most OP in the game. On top of that, that skill alone is OP. But let's talk about the rest of his kit. Receives damage equal to 230% of attack every time a hero with the debuff uses an active skill. All enemies. Let's keep going. Oh, okay, that's the buff. But look at the buff. The attack by 40%. Holy damage by 42%. Those are some of the biggest skills increase in the game. Skill damage 36%. But let's keep going. 80% damage, silence 2 rounds, 3 random enemies. 3. This guy silenced 3 people on the enemy team. And silences are so underrated until you get hit by them. Until you get hit by them and you're out there just you throwing regular normal blows, normal attacks, thinking that you're big and bad. The only one who's like dealing out real damage on a regular normal attack, Bahiko. But even then, you still got to deal with all the damage and the free damage that's just coming out of this hero. He is insane. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it because I ain't got time today. So the first element I'm going to jump into, and I'm sorry, I'm a little stuffed up right now. It's I'm in California. The weather is just, and all the fires and everything. But the first element I'm going to get into, wind element. Why? Because I don't understand why people are skipping this hero. I don't understand it. Now, if you're doing it because you're trying to rank up without her, cool. Because my man Silent, top player on Server 6, shout out to him. He did it. He said, I'm going to whoop everybody with Bahiko. He said, fuck Kimberly. Y'all can have Kimberly. But that was his decision. Because Kimberly is still a powerhouse. On the tier list, you see she's up there. She's up there for a reason. Why don't y'all have her? She's in Guild Exchange. You join a guild, you donate, you participate, and you can get a free copy. I don't care if you can't summon her. Matter of fact, I bought both of my copies from Guild Exchange. Both of them. That's how committed I was to getting this hero. Why is she so deadly? 364% damage, 20% chance per hero, extra 324% damage. 2 enemies with the highest attack. I told y'all. Tanks are useless in this game. If you're wasting time on the tanks, you're probably going to lose. Fuck the tanks, get to the back line. She hits both of the carries, both of the highest carries in the game. As a focus dealer. You see, she's not an AoE, she's a focus dealer. Coming with power. And then you combine that with her increased attack by 14% for 2 rounds and recover HP by 260% of your attack when a hero falls. When a hero falls, that's any hero, enemy team, your team, she heals. So this is a carry that dishes out major damage and can self-sustain herself. And then you have the all in between, the attack increase and the speed, and then the burn damage, which it helps. But her normal attack also hits the highest attack person on the team. This is a carry targeter. She's coming for the carries. Get past those tanks, bro. You can get her in Guild Exchange. I don't understand why y'all are not picking up this hero. She's what is she? Fucking S tier? I forgot how the list go, but she's top tier. Let's see who else is in the win that is noticeable, because I'm not finna break them all down. We're just gonna point out who I think you should get. You can read the tier list for yourself. Get your Kimberly. If you want to go Chin, because a lot of people like to go Chin, and Chin is a nice tank to have. He has CC, he has damage, 450% damage, and stun. That 400% damage is nice coming from a tank. But what's so important about him, first is that he can actually tank, the block and the armor, but the counter, the 210% damage when hit at a 100% chance, the counter. I told y'all counter is underrated in this game. I'm not sure where Chen is listed at on the tier list because, again, I'm not worried about tanks. However, you need heroes to sacrifice so that you can get your carries up to 7 stars and above. So you can take Chen up to level 200. It is not a waste if you take Chin up to level 200. Because if you don't have nobody to put on the front line, I'm not gonna get into the other elements. If you don't have nobody to put on the front line right now, because y'all know there's the Custos, there's the Balicos, the blah blah blahs, the Chasel, but in the win category, we're talking about win. Go ahead and take Chin up to 200. I do not recommend you pass 200. Again, counters are underrated. Counters help you take down a back line because they gotta hit the tank unless you got a Kimberly. And Kimberly's just like, fuck your Chin, we're gonna take out the back line. But not everybody is building their team to a backline killer. Get the Chin 200. Counters, do not underestimate them. It's free damage. It's free damage. Helping you take down everybody they have. That's why Bahiko is so powerful. But we ain't gonna talk about him. We're gonna try to stick to win. Who else is noticeable that I will know? Now, if you're going AoE, Ventus Ka. Whatever how you pronounce her name. She has a lot in her kit. She has CC. 50% chance CC. 2 rounds, Petrify, Freeze, Stun, or Root. 5 random enemies. Okay, so that's a nice CC hero to have. But again, I don't recommend you going AoE off rip. Focus dealer. We're gonna get into AoE's late game because I am predicting that you're gonna need yourself a mixture of focus heroes in AoE's late game. Because everybody is taking their focus damage up in that fucking little altar thing, whatever it is. Even myself, I'm focusing on focus dealer first. But when you're done with focus dealers, I think the best next thing is to go over to AoE. Or if you got like Kata healing them off top, go straight AoE. There's no stopping him. Straight AoE. So that's why I'm saying a mixture. Don't quote me just yet, but I'm predicting that's how the meta is going to shift. Focus dealer and AoEs, and I think AoEs are going to win late game. I do, especially because nobody can stop Kata heal right now. And the strongest focus dealer in that category will be Ilame. But again, let's try to stick to win. So she has a lot. Decreased armor, decreased block, 3 enemies with the highest HP. And that's what I don't like about her. She hits everybody with the highest HP. So it's usually the tank, unless you like get everybody low. And then the background is the backline is the ones with the highest HP. And then recover HP by 90% on your attack when the ally lands a crit. So her ability to self-heal is based off of anybody on the team landing a crit. That's nice. And again, she hits all 5 enemies. She's not one of those AoE dealers that hit 3 enemies or 4 enemies, 2, She hits all 5. She got the attack bonus, the crit bonus, and then everything she can do here. Now, I don't like that the percentages are so low. It's 8%, 10%, 11%, but still, it does something, right? 3 enemies with the highest HP, so she's just AoE dealer of win. When it comes to support, if you want to take this person up to 200, because I chose Sylvester. Sylvester, he can heal, and plus he does a little CC. Okay, that's a lot of people point Sylvester out for the CC. That's about it. Sacrifice him at the 200. I'm not going to talk too much about him. Who else are we going to get into? I'm done talking about the Nat 5s. Nat 4 is we. The most important thing about we, and I would recommend you take this hero up to 200 as well for your front line. Like, because I don't have Chin. It's hard for me to get Chin up. It is. Because remember, Chin is a Nat 5. He's a Nat 5, so you need duplicates. You can easily make duplicates because you're going to get the Nat 4s. You can create your duplicates with him. He's also in Guild Exchange. So my free to play players, remember, I am doing this for y'all. Y'all pay to play players. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm trying to help my people out, man, because I see them out there struggling. While y'all right there at the top of the game, just steamrolling my people. My free to play players. If you're going to win, he's in Guild Exchange. He's a Nat 4. You can easily get him when you can't summon shit, and you can make him a Nat 5. I would choose if I needed to tank on the front line. And again, I would take him to 200. So let's talk about why. 324% damage, 50% chance per hero, roots for 2 rounds, 1 random frontline enemy. But not just that, because that's the first root. The second root, when heroes' HP is below 50%, target 3 random enemies, root for 2 rounds. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put a small clip in the front of this video. So you probably already saw it before you started this video. And I'm gonna show you the power of it in fucking boss battles. 3 random enemies. How many enemies are in boss battle? 3. And then when you're doing 6-on-6, remember one of the things I point out about Adrena is her ability to turn a 6-on-6 into a 6v3. Is the cheap version of that. The only thing is it doesn't take them off the battlefield like Adrena can. So you can't really focus them. You may still hit them while they're CC'd, but that's also a good thing. Because when Adrena removes them from the battlefield, they become untargetable. Sometimes that plays against you in certain situations when you're dying by like poison and curses and things like that. But again, let's just stick to win. We'll get to fire and all that later. Free cheap CC to turn a 6-on-6 into a 6v3. It has to be more like a 5v3 because, you know, to get below 50% health, he's down there on the verge of dying. But I would take him up to 200. The CC is worth it. Again, I'm gonna find a clip and I'm gonna throw it at the beginning of this video. Increase HP, skill, damage, blah blah blah. There's nothing important there. Increase armor break when heroes. None of that's important. I'm gonna use them for any type of damage dealer. CC. I would take him up to 200. Who else? 200. Corridor. You have the option when you complete that hero's role, whatever it's called in the beginning of the game, to choose Corridor or Mayo. Again, I always recommend Mayo. Always. However, if you want to rush Kimberly, if you want to rush her, go Corridor. Because he's win and you're going to need somebody to sacrifice for Kimberly. That's if you want to rush Kimberly. However, I still recommend you get your Mayo. Get a diverse team going. Get your hybrid formation when you can. Don't force it, but at least set up for it. And Mayo's pretty good because she's going to help you take down those backline deaders. Let's talk about Corridor. 421% damage, extra 243% damage. One enemy with the highest HP. This guy's your tank killer. He's your tank killer. Now, I'm not saying he's going to, one-shot the tank or whatever, but clearly he's made to take down tanks. Now, let's look at that damage and then the extra 200. That's a lot of damage. Now let's pair that up with skill 4. Increase active skill damage by 60% for 3 rounds when enemy hero falls. So the moment you take down somebody, 60% on top of this damage he's already dealing out. This is Mr. One-Shot Prince. I was about to say One-Shot King, but I think we all know that Bahiko is the One-Shot King. Ain't nobody coming close to the damage that Bahiko can dish out. One-Shot Prince right here. You're a tank killer. What else? Increase attack by 25%, crit rate by 24%. So increase attack by 25% plus the 60% active skill damage. Again, this only targets the skill damage because there's a difference between him and Sangori. But let's just try to stick to win. Skill damage, 60%. Extra 25% attack, which is boosting this up, which is his skill damage. And it's just, come on, man. Here's your tank killer. And then 35% chance per hero, extra 100% damage when the hero attacks. Tank killer Corridor. All right, let's keep going. You can take him up to 200 if you need the damage. Let's see who else. Who else is worth talking about that you should focus on? That is it for win. So let me recap it. Chin, because he has counter ability. You can take him to 200. I do not recommend going past 200, especially in this meta where tanks are useless. I'm going to click on them just to make sure you know what I'm talking about. Kimberly. Get her immediately. Focus her. Take her up. Late game hero. Maximum 325. Get her there. Who else? I pointed out this hero, but again, that's only... there are better AoE dealers. There are. But if you want to, because I'm still testing AoEs. Don't take I'm not a professional on AoEs just yet, but I know that she's there. I know what the CC that she has and what she's capable of. I know she's there, but I haven't tested her, so I do not recommend you take her to 325. There are other AoE dealers that I will recommend to you, but I will not ignore her like her skill kit. Don't you know what I'm saying? She's something to be noted. Who else? I'm not really gonna talk about Sylvester, Benedict, and them because I don't, like I said, just sacrifice them. You can find better. You can find better CCs and better healers. We, 200, 200. Roots, cheap CC for Nat 4. Use them for the CC. 200. Corridor. If you want the damage, because again, you can go Kimberly, you can go Mayo, and you can set your team up however you want. If you want to go Corridor, and if you want to rush Kimberly, or just if you want to sacrifice somebody for Kimberly, 200. Let's see. Who else? That's it. But let's talk about who I would use to sacrifice to get your your carries, in this case Kimberly, to 7-star. Because you need heroes you can take up to tier 6 to get them to 7 stars. I forgot when you get them to tier 6, I think you need you just need like a couple of 100 heroes, right? A couple of level 100s, and then tier 7s. You need some tiers. You need some tier 6 heroes. So who would I take up from that force? This is for sacrificing purposes for 7 stars and above. I forgot how many you need per level. So just rock with me. I would take up We. That's a sacrifice. Get him to the tier that he's needed. Who else? Again, I would take up Corridor, hands down. I would take up Corridor for the sacrificial win pieces. Who else is noticeable? Now we get into the ones that I noted. Let's talk about Fang. Fang is worth going up as well. And as you know, you want to put in your 3v3s. Why Fang? 142% damage, 3 random enemies. Increase after skill damage by 48% for 3 rounds. Increase skill damage, 3 random enemies. 48% for 3 rounds. Again, he does have to get it off, but I would note that ability. So he's not a powerhouse, but I would take him up for the sacrificial piece, only for the tier 6 part. I won't go past that. Increase attack by 25%, holy damage by 24%. Those are some nice stat boosters. Increase attack by 50% for 3 rounds when heroes HP is below 50%. Again, this is an AoE dealer that's just getting buff on buff on buff. And then recover HP by 240% of your attack when the ally falls. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like I said, I cannot talk about AoE dealers, but come on, I gotta point these ones out for you. He may not be the best, but he's something that you gotta take note of. Come on. Those a lot of stats increase. He got his own self-sustain. Of course, you know, it comes at the sacrifice of your teammates. But come on, point them out. You can get him to tier 6. You can get him to tier 6. Who else will not be a waste of your resources? And that's why I'm doing this. I want you to pick the heroes that won't be a waste of your resources. Like, you just getting heroes up just to get them up. I want you to get the heroes up that can benefit you somewhere. Like, come on, you just taking things up. You just wasting your superior orbs. You can't. Some of the heroes you putting up, you can't even put them in 3v3. Like, come on, let's make your decisions in your using your resources more useful to you. Like, you can put Fang in 3v3. Y'all coming out here, y'all taking up Bettys and shit, man. Y'all taking up Sabaz and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, man, because I see some of y'all teams. It's like, I'm really doing this because I want to help y'all, man. I really do, because y'all are making bad decisions out there. And once you hit that wall, bro, this game is not going to be fun. It's just not going to be fun. My alarm about to go off here in a second because I got to get ready for work. So let me just try to breeze through this. Who else do I want to note? I will note Joy. Why? Because Joy, her CC, man, 234% damage, petrify, freeze, stun, and roll 2 rounds. Increase attack by 2% for 2 rounds. That increased attack is not much, but it's something for all heroes, right? But I wanted to note that her CC. This CC, it lands, bro. It lands. Like when I first started with her, she was hitting this CC 90% of the times, and that's why I'm pointing her out. Petrified, freeze, stun, root, whatever hard CC, it was landing 90% of the time. Two rounds. Yes, it's one target, but still, it was, especially if she hit the right target. Come on, because cheap CC. I'm pointing her out because cheap CC. What else does she have? Blah blah blah. Increased speed with 50% attack change. So Speed buff, come on, speed buff for 2 random enemies. Hopefully she hits one of your not 2 random enemies, 2 random allies. Hopefully she hit one of your carries, right? And then increase armor by 25% for 3 rounds when the hero falls for all allies. So when she goes down, she gets you. Yep, there's my so. Yeah. When she goes down, she gives you an increase of armor for all allies. So cheap CC, I'm telling you, man, it was landing 90% of the time for me. And, you know, just a little bit of stat, just a little bit, you know. It may be the, you know, the difference between a one shot, you know. And then speed is the speed up plus the armor up. Come on, now she doesn't heal, but those are some nice stats to have, you know, just to buff up your team. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody because I'm about to get out of here. So sacrificial pieces, Fiend, Joy, Corridor, that's 4 right there, right? That's 4 right there. That's all you need. That's all you need. And man, with that, because I gotta get to work with that. I hate I had to rush it, but your favorite fucking demigod is out. This is the tier list for win. Let's get ready for the rest of them. You know, the rest of the elements. I ended this poorly. With that, man, your favorite fucking demigod is out, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace.